Namaste, Prakash here. When I just finished my graduation, before I stepped into the corporate life, I had been advised by those who are my well-wishers, my relatives, my family friends, that some kind of knowledge in computers is essential for me to make progress in any career. And hence, I went and joined Computer Institute of Repute those days. Those were the days of what we call as the mainframe computers, card punching machines and tapes and all that. Huge rooms with so much of fancy hardware being packed, AC rooms, apparently highly sophisticated for those days. I was really in awe when I initially entered and started learning computer coding, punching, language, and things like that. And later, when I came to a discussion with one of those maintenance engineers who used to come there, I was really amazed those days it was really amazing to note down that the entire mainframe computer facility had something like a memory of 128 kilobytes. Can you even relate to that word? I really don't know. 128 kilobytes. 1024 kilobytes make 1 megabyte. 1024 megabytes makes 1 gigabyte, and 1024 gigabytes makes 1 terabyte, and it goes like that. And it was considered really huge, and only people with computer knowledge who could maintain things well properly, keep it clean, spick and span, were allowed even inside. Subsequently, the hardware went through a lot of changes, so did the software. Within a couple of years, I was operating on PCs and PC XTs as they were called. And those days, the memory had gone up to as high as 640 kilobytes on a PC, which is considered to be more powerful than even what a mainframe computer was. I also used to work on mini computers and things like that. If you really look back at those days, it's really sort of nostalgic, but yet if you look at the progress of the hardware and software these days, recently I was reading an article that one of the Indian companies has made a design for a finger size, edge of finger size chip, which can hold memory of 1 terabyte. Can you even believe what it really means? In those days, if I have to have a machine with 1 terabyte memory, maybe I needed 2-3 cities of the size of Chennai or Delhi or Mumbai or Bangalore or something like that. All that has now come down to one single small fingertip sized chip. The processing power has increased, software capabilities have increased. The ability for even mainframes have gone up tremendously from those days. And today you literally have a mainframe on the tip of your finger. What has this got to do with our life? Let's say that you are a seeker of God. You're looking to seek God. In the olden days, the methods that you had to use to seek God was much more larger, much more inefficient as compared to what it is today. One of the nature of man is to continuously find ways of doing things much more easily, much more faster, in lesser time. As they say, to achieve more and more and more in less and less and less time. While this is a principle we all easily seem to understand when it comes to material life, we want to have the best of success. We want to have the best of material progress with least efforts. And we don't mind taking risks. And we don't mind taking chances to see if that can actually happen. And when it does happen, the entire world follows. The same can be made applicable for the search of God as well. It's not that what you were doing earlier is no more valid. It is still valid. But in today's world, in say the year 2020 that you are in today, given the option of a very small, powerful finger size or a palm sized computer device which can do maybe a million times more than what a huge room sized very small mainframe computer can do of 1980s, say, between the two, which one would you choose? A very obvious choice. Such an obvious choice that even to ask such a question you may be thinking what a foolish question it is. But when it comes to the search for God, why are we then restricting ourselves to the old ways through which the progress may be there, the speed may be there, the work may be done, but yet it is quite slow? The way technology advances, spirituality has advanced, where the path to God can be done very, very, very fast, efficiently, effectively, and you without even having to step out of your house. What more can you ask? This is exactly what a practice like Heartfulness, Sahaj Mayur, offers you, instead of going through the mainframe way of the olden times. It takes you through the palm-sized computer devices which offers a million times faster speed, storage capacity, more efficient software, touchscreens and things like that. Would you want to rather go through a process which is much faster, provided you know what the output is? When you start computing, whether it's a mainframe computer or a small palm-sized computing device, you know what the output is, if you know what the output is. In the search for God realization, where the output is very clear, in a very short span of life, with none of us knowing what would be our exit date, wouldn't it be smarter for us to choose a way which is much, much, much faster, much, much more smarter? The fundamental computing principles being the same: add, divide, subtract, multiply. These are the four final functions that a computer uses to arrive at the results that have to be done, whether it's a financial calculation, whether it is a complex stock exchange, court kind of a work that needs to be done, weather predictions, rocket launches. Everything now is done much, much, much faster, thanks to the scientific community. The same way, thanks to the spiritual masters who are continuously coming and finding ways. What was once possible in thousands of lifetimes is now possible to be done in 90 days' time. If you are doing an intense practice, if you really bring all the elements of the practice into place and give it the best effort, the best shot, they say that even in 90 days the spiritual goal is attainable. What more can we ask? Would we be ready to continue to work the old way of using the mainframe computers? Today they would be called outdated. You will not even find them in museums. Or would you go ahead and embrace the latest technology and find a way to do things the faster way? You're smart. I'm very sure you can think through and then decide for yourself. Should I go through the mainframe way, or should I go through a very small palm-sized computing device which is millions of times faster yet achieving the same goal? Think about it, feel about it. Wish you the very best. Thank you.